The top story for the hour. UNHCR commends Ethiopia's hospitality in hosting over 1 million refugees. Hello and welcome to TVC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism, with the daily update. Smi Magdala Isayum. Do stay with us. The House of People's Representative announced that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed will appear in the Parliament tomorrow to address potential questions from members of the Parliament. The Prime Minister is expected to give explanation on queries to be raised by members of the Parliament on various affairs of the country. Prime Minister is also anticipated to present the performance report of the federal government for the past month of the 2024-25 Ethiopian budget year. Tomorrow's Parliament session is expected to be attended by diplomats of various countries and representatives of multilateral organizations based in Addis Ababa, religious leaders and other invited guests, it was learned. Ethiopia and Denmark reinforced development partnership. Ethiopia and Denmark have reaffirmed their commitment to strengthen their development cooperation. State Minister of Finance Samerta Sawaso met with Danish Ambassador to Ethiopia, Sune Krogestrup, to discuss ongoing collaboration in key sectors, including macroeconomic reforms. Samerta emphasized Ethiopia's focus on sustainable financing mechanisms and ongoing reinforcement in energy, custom and taxation to promote fiscal transparency and structural transformation. Ambassador Krogstrup reiterated Denmark's support for Ethiopia's development agenda, aligning with the country's national priorities. Both parties committed to further deepening their partnership, with Denmark planning to approve a new development program for Ethiopia in June 2025. The chairperson of the African Union Commission, Mohammed Ali Yusuf, strongly commends the car bomb attack in Mogadishu on Tuesday, which targeted President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud as he prepared to visit the front lines against Al-Shabaab. This attack, staged at a busy intersection, aims to undermine Somali's leadership and resolve. The African Union expresses full solidarity with the Somali government and people in their fight against Al-Shabaab. Public support for Somali's security operation reflects the nation's commitment to reject extremism and pursue peace. The chairperson extends condolences to the victims' families and wishes a swift recovery to the injured. He calls for committed regional and international cooperation to defeat terrorism and promote stability in Somalia and the Horn of Africa. The African Union Support and Stabilization Mission in Somalia, AUSSOM, remains committed to supporting Somali's security efforts. UNHCR Deputy Representative in Ethiopia, Margaret Atieno, said Ethiopia currently hosts over 1 million refugees from various regions and backgrounds. Atieno highlighted the country's ongoing effort to welcome and supportive environment for these displaced individuals through progressive law and policies. Tigr Nasa has the following account from Ethiopian News Agency.
UNHCR Deputy Representative in Ethiopia, Margaret Atieno, commended the Ethiopian government for its diligent work in offering refugees comprehensive protection and support services. She has reiterated the importance of registration and documentation for refugees, which are critical for ensuring their legal status, access to essential services and protection under international law. Recalling the presence of many unregistered refugees worldwide, she lauded the Ethiopian government's initiative to help refugees obtain identity cards, recognizing these efforts are deserving of international recognition. These measures, she explained, are key to ensuring that refugees can fully access and enjoy fundamental human rights.
Ethiopia today has over 1 million refugees who are seeking protection in this country. The government has provided protection for these individuals for a very long time. We provide support in terms of working with the government on the policy. Also, we provide support in terms of services in the refugee hosting areas that also includes the host community. And I would say that to a large extent, Ethiopia has been very generous, very hospitable, and also very progressive in the way that they have accommodated refugees.
Atieno also acknowledged the positive and welcoming attitude of Ethiopian communities in areas where refugees are settled, stating the significant role local residents play in improving the lives of displaced individuals.
There's a lot to be told. There's a lot of wonderful stories to be told. I think just the practice of opening up the borders, opening the doors, and letting people who are seeking asylum, who are fleeing and for their safety, that is the most important thing. That Ethiopia has been able to open the doors. And for the 1 million that I mentioned, over 50% are women and children. And they come with a lot of needs. First of all, they come with a lot of trauma because they've suffered conflict. And the host community, the government has received them and provided them shelter. They have also made the policies very hospitable.
According to the deputy representative, UNHCR continues to provide critical support to the Ethiopian government to enhance the protection and assistance services offered to refugees within the country.
Today we were partnering with the National ID Service, and recently they have also included refugees in that National ID Service so that refugees can also get an ID that identifies them and that helps them to get services in this country. I could go on and on to say many good practices that this government has offered. They have, in this country, we have over 12 settlements or camps. These are like villages or areas where refugees can live, and they are able to make a living in the smallest way. But this is also a very big contribution in itself.
That's all we had for today's update, but before I go, let's have a recap of the top stories once again. UNHCR commends Ethiopia's hospitality in hosting over 1 million refugees. Thank you for tuning in to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. It was me, Magdalena. See you with the daily updates. Goodbye.